Hello, Goddess Tiffany Rose is back. I'm just here adjusting my mic some to make sure you all can hear me good. Hopefully that's out enough. Okay, so I am back again. Goddess Tiffany Rose is here with two. Part two of being an empath. This is the highs of being an empath, the good part about being an empath. For myself personally, this is my personal experience that I'm sharing with you all. All the things that I'm giving in these videos is not everything. It's so much more, but this is just a snippet of what I was able to jot down and wanted to share with you all. Okay, so if you're enjoying the video, if you like the part one, definitely thumbs up, comment, and let me know what you think, perspective, if you can relate, etc. Okay, so let's begin. All right, so number one, this is the highs, the light side of being an empath. Your relationship with God, the divine, gets so much closer. It's not just on Sunday you talk with God. You live with God every day, all day. It's a constant dialogue, relationship, connection. And I must say, I can attest to this. Not only, because I know when I was growing up as a kid in the church, in the Catholic church, I was in church all the time. Some people just go to church on Sundays. No, not me. My grandmother was a pastor. My mother's now a pastor. My brother's a pastor. Okay. I believe I had like an uncle who was a pastor too on my daddy's side. It's all up and through my blood. All my family members, like most of my family members are ministers, are in the church every week. I'm probably the only Black sheep in the family. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that now, because growing up, I was in church Sunday morning. Excuse my little baby in the back. That's Sugar. She is just restless because she wants to go outside. And I won't let her because it's 100 degrees here in Georgia. But okay. They will call Peter on me if I let that girl outside, for real. So yeah, I was in church on Sunday morning, 9:00 a.m. We had prayer. We had after prayer, intercessory prayer. We had breakfast. Okay, we had our little croissant and sausage from the kitchen in the back and orange juice or coffee. Then we had service at 11 a.m. sharp. No. Then we had Sunday school before church started, right? Probably about maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock, whatever. After Sunday school, then we had church, which was at 11 o'clock, right? I'm giving y'all the breakdown, what I grew up with, okay? Then we had church until about 2:30, 3 o'clock or whatever, depending if the spirit was moving. After that, we had a break to go change our clothes, freshen up from sweat, from shouting and rolling on the floor. And we had dinner, had a good meal, some good Sunday morning food, Sunday afternoon food, right? Then we had a second service at 7 o'clock, maybe 6 o'clock, right? We was there until 9, 10 o'clock at night, even though we had school on Monday, right? After that, Tuesdays, we had choir rehearsal, right? Because I was in the children's choir and the adult choir, even though I wasn't an adult. We needed members. And I was an alto and I was singing. And then after Tuesday, Wednesday, we had Bible study. I think about 6 or 7 o'clock before we started getting out for work, right? So after Bible study, we had Friday night service on Fridays. That started around 7 o'clock. We didn't get out of that till 10, 11 o'clock at night, right? We hadn't been at work, we hadn't been in school. We got Friday night service. Then on Saturday, we had to clean up the church. Clean up the church. Or we had to go witnessing on Saturdays. I'm giving y'all the whole thing, okay? Witnessing in the street or cleaning up the church, or we had a fish cookout to raise some money on Saturdays, or we had a ministers meeting, or we had to go visit another church or something like that. Sometimes we had to go visit another church in the middle of the week or Sunday afternoon. And then Sunday come, we got to do it all over again. So I dealt with that until my grandmother, who was my pastor, she passed away when I was like 12 years old. But I stayed at her church until I was about maybe 17, 18-ish, until it was time for me to branch off to school, to college, right? So when I left that cycle of being at church nonstop, I didn't want nothing to do with God. I have to be honest, I don't want nothing to do with church. I don't even want to hear about church because church is in my blood, in my veins. If I'm not going to heaven by now, I just ain't gonna get there as much church as I done been, right? But with all that church I was in, I didn't have a personal relationship with God for myself, even though I was taught that I should. I just never experienced it. Why? Because I was always in church. I never got a chance to experience life, the good, the bad, the relationships, traveling, learning about other cultures and other people's lives and other people's situations. I got to learn a lot in church. Don't get me wrong. That is my foundation, right? But I didn't have the relationship, the one-on-one. I was just going through the motions and doing what I was told or taught. This is what you're supposed to do, right? This is the rules, this is the protocol, this is the structure, and you stick by this. So I didn't know nothing about, for me now, going in nature. Going in nature, what? Going to the ocean to hear from God, to see God, to experience God, to what? Like, if you don't get your butt in that choir and sing that song on the right note and key, that was my life, right? So it gave me the foundation and the discipline to always know God was present and God is there if I need him, to call him and how to pray. But as I began to go through life situations and I began to experience the world, the good, bad, and the ugly, I was able to leave home, the church, and go out for myself to see. I was able to then gravitate closer to God, right? I was able to experience life and have questions for God as to why things are the way they are and the reasons and the explanations behind it. I didn't really have a close relationship with God until I would say all shit hit the fan for me. Where I lost a lot. I lost close family members. I've lost friends, relationship partners, abuse, just some of everything. And at that point, because of the fact, I felt, sometimes I call myself the prodigal daughter, but I never quite made it back to the original home. I found a new home. Because of the fact that I went and experienced life and I was given the freedom to learn, you're going to see some of everything out here in this world. And I was no longer protected by the four walls of the church. I was able to go out and see what's behind the walls, what's on the other side. what's the real deal? What's the reality? And that was a blessing. I would say that was a blessing because I was able to grow and develop close friendships. I was able to have different experiences. I was able to learn different spiritualities, different religions. I was able to learn the truth about history, the Bible, spirituality, religion, uh, African spirituality. I was given the opportunity just to learn about everything, and I'm still learning. I'm still learning because there's so much knowledge and information out here. And that is when I was able, and I realized it's so much. That's when I went to God and I was like, okay, God, we got to talk, because what I was taught growing up is not what I'm, you know, that it just ain't adding up. 2 + 2 is not 7, it's 4. So why am I being taught it's 7? Right. So it made me question a lot, uh because of the things that I was seeing and experiencing, and my beliefs. A lot of things change, and instead of it pulling me away from God, it drew me closer to God, because my spirituality grew, my prayer life grew. So what people would, that some people in church would consider, oh, you doomed, you damn, you going to hell if you ain't doing it this way, you cut off from God. Nah, it was the exact opposite. I never prayed so much in my life until now. I don't miss a day without, every day I'm waking up, all right, Lord, here we go. Here we go, another round. What we doing? What we going? What it is? Instead of, and I'm passionate about having a relationship with God. I look forward to talking with God. I'm looking forward to what he's going to show me and what am I going to learn today. I'm enthusiastic because I'm like, I get to lay it all down at God's feet and say, God, this is troubling, this is bothering me. And then I'm able to get the strength and the encouragement and the wisdom and the light and the push to keep going another day, right? I never looked forward when I was younger going to church. I just never, I was like, oh, we're going to church again. I'm tired of church. I want to go to Chuck E. Cheese. I want to go stay in, I want to go do this. Why we got to go to church? I want to go to the park, and I want to go to the game. I want to go here. And now that I'm an adult and I'm realizing I'm maturing in God, living and having life experiences is still equated to experiencing God, because guess who created all these experiences? God. So I feel like I get to have my cake and eat it too. I still get to have my relationship with God, but I also get to go and experience life. I also am able to go and travel. I'm also able to have relationships and learn from different cultures and spiritualities and beliefs and think about things differently and analyze and think for myself. Like, it's on a whole new world. I feel like a little mermaid out the water. Okay. A whole new world. You can just call me Ariel, I'm Ariel, man. Yeah, so that's number 1. Let's continue. This video gonna be long too. It's all right. It's all right. I'm gonna break it up probably. All right, number 2. You are able to avoid situations and people who are not for your best interest because your intuition is on 100. Okay. The good part about being an empath and a light worker is your intuition is on 100, meaning you could spot bullshit a mile away. Period. Like, and you can stop it where it begins, right? Your antennas are always you always on. You could pick up when somebody come in the room like, I need to get up out of here. I could just see somebody pop off. Look, I got to get up out of here. I'm about to avoid this. I can see me about to do, and I'm not. So let me get my purse. I'm out. Good night, y'all. I'm like that guy in the color purple closing the piano because he's saying, oh, shit. It's about to go down. So you being an empath, you're not stuck out there like a deer in headlights. You can recognize the signs early when it's time to let people go, when it's time to leave the room, when it's time to pray, when it's time to change your maneuver, your strategy, change plans, change dates, change places where you're gonna go. I don't feel right. You checking, you on guard, you just on guard, you in tune, and that's a good thing because that's your safety net, that's your protection to avoid a whole lot of BS that can come about. Okay. All right. Number 3, you are able to get more favor and blessings because you learn to walk by faith and learn to manifest what you want and need. And I wrote a little note for that. Yeah, you call things into existence with your words. You learn to work your magic. I said it. Magic. To me, favor, blessings, miracles, manifesting is all magic. People use magic for different definitions, different terms, whatever. For me, manifesting something is equal to working your magic. Taking action is the same thing as working your magic. Having faith and decreeing I'm going to get this house, I'm going to get this degree, I'm going to go back to school, I'm going to get this job, I'm going to pray, I'm going to write it down on a piece of paper, I'm going to pray over it. It's the same thing as working your magic. It's just a different terminology in my book. Okay, other people's book, I don't know what they got going, okay? But for me, what I use magic for is the same thing as having faith and declaring and speaking it into existence. It is the same thing I was taught growing up in the church. You speak it into existence. There is life and death in your words, and you can speak it or you can kill it. It all depends on your belief and what you want to happen. That's magic. Okay. It's just a different way of describing it. It's a different word of describing it. Some people it's hocus pocus. To me, it's having faith and it manifesting. Okay. And this is the things that I find similar to spirituality and Christianity in the church. It's the faith. Do you believe? Do you believe that you can achieve it? Do you believe you can have it? Do you declare that God is going to give this to you and bless you with it? Are you going to go forth and take action? Are you going to go forth and work your magic? It's just a different terminology. Okay. It's putting action behind the seed. It's watering it and allowing it to grow, to manifest into something. When you become an empath, that ability to manifest and to make things happen, your faith, your hope, and your belief in God is amazing. It just launches you. You're like, God, I can get this. God, I can have this. This is for me, for little old me. Like for real, like you start to go after the impossible to where people think, oh, this is magic. This is witchcraft. No, this is faith. I just trusted and I asked God, can I have da 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 da? And God was in agreement. Sure. And guess what? I got it. I got it, And guess what? I give gratitude and reverence and I thank God. Thank you so much for blessing me with this. I give honor and I give all credit to God. It's not me. And that's the similarities. It's the same thing. Okay, the same. Now, some people on the other end of the spectrum pull and contact the devil or evil entities, or they sell their soul and do all this other kind of stuff. No, that ain't for me. That ain't where I'm coming from. That ain't my playbook. That's not my magic book. That's not in my repertoire. No. Okay. I'm calling to God, the creator, the source, not a lower being, not somebody trying to evil connive. If you give me this, I give you that. God is like, I give because I love you. I share with you because you're my child. Okay. There is nothing, no hidden agenda behind this. Okay. So yeah, you're able to manifest a lot, a whole lot. Yeah. You start to see stuff that you get that you didn't even deserve, but you got it. And that's favor. And a lot of magical people, a lot of blessed people, a lot of angels and light workers got a lot of favor. A lot of favor. We go through a lot, but God also give us a lot too. Okay. Number 4, people don't understand why you have favor and why certain things work out for you. You understand the power of attraction. You learn to work your magic, which is setting the intention and working towards it. That's exactly what I said. Exactly. But people, they will question, you don't have this, you don't qualify for this. Honey, what I'm telling you, when God has something for you, you're going to get it. God just say, just go. If you just go and put yourself out there, I got your back. And honey, God got me healed up like this, baby. Healed up. Okay. And I don't mind. I don't mind at all. I'm like, what else you got for me, God? What else we going? Where we going? What we doing? Because I want some more. Let's go. I'm happy. I'm here for it. Okay, number 5. Your mind and your spirit is open for downloads from God, the universe, angels, and ancestors. Be sure to pray for protection because anything can come through. Woo. Yeah, I got to take a minute and explain that. Take a minute. Downloads, channeling, praying, manifesting. Look, you are a spiritual being. When you become awakened, when you become enlightened, or when you just become just open, right? Open to learning and receiving. You like a little baby deer out here, right? In your beginning stages and towards your, the beginning, you have to be so even in as a mature empath, you have to be so careful and protect your energy. You have to pray and ask God to protect you, to shield you, okay? Because demons, demonic spirits, devils, evil entities, bad witchcraft, evil witchcraft. Notice I said bad and evil, okay? those things can come in and cause destruction. It will kill, steal, and destroy. Okay. That shit is real. It is real. And that is nothing to play with the dark side. Do not play with dark stuff. Okay. Don't even try to. Okay. Because it will snatch you up out of here. For real, for real. Be careful. Because when you are open to hearing from God, when you're open to hearing from the universe, from spirit, if you are not covered and protected and shielded and pray a prayer protection around you, anything can come in and influence you to cause you to do things that are out of character for you, to cause you to think things, negative, evil things that are not of God and of God's will, okay, or God's plan for you. For instance, when people go in and have mass shootings or go into schools and shoot or kill whatever all this, or go in and rob and steal or whatever, and they say this evil spirit told me to do it, or the devil told me to do it, or God told me to do it, or whoever, that was not the God of love and light and higher power. That was of a lower energy, lower vibration, a lower being, demonic, evil spirit. Okay. Which are very real. I'm telling you, they are real. Be careful when you playing with that stuff. Don't even dabble in it. Just know it's there and to be aware. Okay. Before I go anywhere, before I do anything, I'm always praying protection. Protect my energy, protect my mind, protect my spirit, protect my home, my environment, my friends, my family, because evil energy can creep in through there, you know? And if you're not protecting or on guard, it can seep in and cause chaos in your freaking life. And you're like, where the hell did this come from? What, you know? But the good part about it is, and another note I'm gonna touch on, I'm gonna write this little note so I don't forget. The other thing is that you get some awesome messages downloaded when you download and connect to God, the source, the creator, the divine of all things, the beginning. Okay. When you connect to that, you can see so much, you can hear so clearly, and you can just feel this warm embrace of love and vulnerability, and you feel so safe and so protected. That is how you know this is the presence of God. When you feel safe and vulnerable and brought to tears, as this love has just, you get goosebumps because you feel this unconditional vibration, higher power of love, and just this light, and you see the beauty all around you and the beauty in everyone and everything, no matter how crazy it really is. You can see something of God in that. And you know, if you're channeling the wrong place, anxiety, stress, suicidal thoughts, thoughts of harming other people, what else? Angry, just rage, violence, abuse, intoxication, drugs, that lower vibration, that comes from a lower entity. Okay. But when you connect to the right source, you're gonna feel like you couldn't floating on clouds. Okay. You're gonna feel like, oh, look at those pretty flowers. They're so gorgeous. Don't you just love the beauty of nature and the birds? You can just hear the Tweety birds in the morning. That's when you in the presence of God, because you start to love shit like that. Okay. For real, for real. Every morning I look forward to hearing them birds. Every morning. Okay. The other little note that I had wrote is be careful when, because of the fact that you are open spirit and an open being and empath, be careful who you have sex with. I'm gonna make a separate video about sex magic, what they call it, but I'm gonna make another video about it. But just be careful, because energies can be exchanged, good or bad. And whatever they're dealing with can carry on to you and can jump on you. And this is why a lot of times, a lot of, even Christianity churches, they tell you don't be sleeping with everybody. It's not because it's a bad thing, in my terminology, okay? It's because it can put you at a risk for a lot of things. Spiritually, being spiritually attacked, it could put you in some bad situations where you be like, why am I feeling all over the place? Why am I feeling crazy? Or why am I feeling like this? Or why am I feeling this? This doesn't even, I feel like something's on me, or why am I picking up attitude? Or why am I being snippy or smart? Or that ain't even me. And you picking up them, you picking up their swings, or you picking up their energy from their baby mama or something, you picking up something else going on in their life. And you like, what the hell going on with me? Why am I tripping? And you done laid down with something, that wasn't of a high vibration, right? So, not saying don't have sex, protect yourself if you choose to have sex and have partners or whatever the case is. Just protect your energy and know who you are laying your body down with. And I'll get more into that in another video, because I could talk a lot about that. Okay. Okay. What was the other one? Okay, it was a favor, your brain and spirit. People are drawn to your energy, so it's easy to make friends if you allow yourself to. Be careful, because people can manipulate. Okay, yes. So being an empath and you have a huge light. I did touch on this a little bit in the other video. People are drawn to your energy, so that way it is easy to make friends. People like to be around you when you're operating in positive love and light. It's just a natural thing. People like to be in the light, most people. Okay. So they're attracted to your personality, they're attracted to your energy, they just like your fight feel. But be careful, because people can take advantage of that. Okay. But you can make some awesome, amazing friends and connections. Finding your tribe, finding who you belong to, learning, experiencing from different teachers and all over the world. It's out there. You just didn't know it existed, right? So yeah. Okay, number 7. You learn so much history and knowledge. You see things from a different open-minded perspective. You're always wanting to learn something new. You seek the truth. Yes, that is one of the main things that I love about being a light worker and an empath, is seeking the truth, learning. Like, my brain is like a sponge. It's like, give me more, teach me. like I'm like, teach me, my master. Like Bruce Lee, like, show me all the moves. I want to kick everybody's ass. But no, it is awesome, because you learn and you start to open your mind about things you wouldn't even think you'd be interested in, and your curiosity just opens, the knowledge opens, right? Like with me, I've been learning about Kemet, I've been learning about, which is the other word for Egypt. Okay. I've been learning about Indian spirituality. I've been learning about Buddhism. I've learned about the history of Christianity. I've been studying about the myths and stuff in the Bible, the truths in the Bible, how it come about, who wrote it, what's the real deal behind all that. Search for yourself. you know, I've learned about the Nile River Valley civilization, taking classes and courses in that, just African spirituality, the history, how Christianity was started. I mean, some of everything I've studied, how to manifest, how to set intentions, how to, call things into existence, how to work my magic, um, how to use tarot, where did tarot come from, the origination and all of that, numerology, astrology, science, the cosmos, the universe, black holes, the James Webb Space Telescope. I have learned some of everything, how to grow food, plants, crystals. And that's the thing, the beauty about God is because he's limitless. Like, he's just infinite being. So it's like, well, if you're going to get to know me, you got to know everything about me, and it's like, well, damn, how much is there? And it's like, so much. It's like a never ending story. And I love it. I'm so here for it, because every day I'm searching, God, what else do you have for me to know? What else do you have for me to teach me? What else can I study? What else can I read? I want to know more. I want to know more about you. I want to know more about me. I want to know about the world that we're in, the universe that I'm in. How did I get here? Why am I here? What is my purpose of being here? Why are things the way they are? How can I play a part? What are we doing? What's the move? So that's the good thing. And you're seeking the truth. You're no longer hidden behind the mask, the lies, the tales, you want to know fact. Tell me the truth. Don't tell me a fairy tale. I want to know, is this true? Right? I want to know, will I go to hell if I listen to an R&B song? It's really shit like that. When you're in the beginning stages, you ask God, and God is like, no, you won't go to hell for listening to an R&B song. Will I go to hell if I eat a piece of chicken? No, you won't go to hell if you eat a piece of chicken. What about a piece of pork? No, you won't go to hell for eating a piece of pork. Now, it's not really good for you because it causes you high blood pressure, but that's on you. You make the call, but you won't go to hell. Then you start to ask questions like, well, is there a hell? And that's when shit really get really interesting. Okay. Well, is there a heaven? And he got an answer for that too. So yeah. Good luck on your journey. Good luck on your journey. Okay, so number 8. You learn ways for God, the universe, to speak and reveal itself to you. It can be through the weather, it can be through nature, the stars, food, animals, tarot, books, music, art, travel, symbolism, numerology, any kind of knowledge. The essence of God is everywhere. And that is the truth. And I think I touched on that a bit. But you get to see God in everything. I can look at my clock and say, oh my God, it's 222. What does that mean, Lord? It can mean nothing and it can mean everything. It all depends on you and how you interpret it, and whatever God shows and reveals to you. You can see, oh God, it's thundering and lightning out today. Like, is that something? No, I'm just watering the earth. Or no, I want you to go out in nature and be in the rain and put your feet in the puddles and be free. It can be anything. It depends on your own personal interpretation. Okay. And whatever God reveals to you. All right. Number 9, you let go of false controlling doctrine, religious dogma. You seek to understand God for yourself and not through man. Honey, if that ain't the truth. I'm telling you, like, you will start to question everything, right? And you begin to ask God, well, what is truth? What is real? You question everything and not just do everything you're told, right? You become your own boss. Even though God is the true boss, but you become your own person, and God gives you the liberty of free will and to ask and to seek. Okay, when you seek, you shall find. Okay, you know. Let's see. There's a saying where when you're ready to learn, the teacher will appear, or something like that, or when the student appears, the teacher will appear, something like that. I don't know, but when you're ready, God will appear, okay, and you'll be ready to give you all the answers and seek that you'll find when you start searching it out. Okay. Number 10, you learn that you have multiple gifts and talents, and you don't have to limit yourself to just one. You are a multi-dimensional being, and so are your gifts. It's up to you to discover what they are. I totally agree with that. And the more I have a relationship and stay in tune with God, the more I discover I am multi-talented. I don't have to fit myself in this particular box that I have set myself in, or other people have set myself in. Because I was like, well, when I left my corporate America, I got my 2 degrees, I got my bachelor's, I got my master's, I got my corporate America jobs. I'm in here, I'm doing it. Let's go. And when God snatched me up out of there, okay, I'm like, what am I good at? What can I do? I'm so used to being doing what I'm told. I'm so used to this one way of being, this one customer service job, or this one data entry job. I'm just used to just doing the robotic stuff. And God is like, boo-boo, you about to discover yourself and who you are and your talents and your abilities. You about to see you, your identity, your perspective, your brain, your voice. You've been the face of this company for far too long. Okay, the backbone here. You got your own backbone. You got your own face, your own voice, your own business, your own mind, your own capabilities, your own being. Okay. So you will begin to discover and try different things to figure out what are your gifts, what are your talents, right? So I started, with a bunch of stuff, and I'm just trying different things to figure out what do I like and what I don't like. And one of the things that I discovered I really, really like is making YouTube content, making YouTube videos, right? So I started doing that. But then, of course, the self-defeat and the negative talking started seeping in, and I was still at the beginning of my spirituality journey and still learning myself. So I took a hiatus, thinking I wasn't good enough or nobody wants to hear what I have to say, right? I don't have anything to say, I'm failing or I'm miserable, I'm depressed. Like, I'm going through all this shadow stuff. And the whole time it's like, just keep going. Just keep going. You'll eventually find your voice. You'll eventually find your confidence. You'll eventually find your gift. You'll eventually find things to share and to talk about that people can relate to or understand. Your tribe will eventually find you. Okay. And you will find your tribe. So just keep going. So I'm trying different stuff. I like gardening. So I got me a little vegetable patch out here, working on trying to get some fruit trees in a minute. I started painting, and drawing and doing jewelry. And I started writing and, just some of everything, just tapping into who am I and what do I love? Because I was so masked by the outside world and them telling me who I was and what I was supposed to be. And I had to figure that out for myself. All right. So, 11, you have a better connection with animals and the earth. You realize everything around you is alive and have energy. You become more grateful of the little things. And I touched on that as well. And that's the last one. Yeah. You will begin to love where you live, earth, where God placed you. It is hard and challenging at times to find the beauty in a war zone in the middle of chaos, but it is here. You just have to find it and go out and seek it. Beauty can be found in the littlest thing. It can be found in a little flower growing out of the grass, a little four-leaf clover, or a little dandelion, or a little yellow, pretty little flower. It can be found in a simplicity of a rose, right? Um, it can be found in hearing the ocean waves crash against the beach, just seeing the sunset. It can be found looking at the mountains or over the mountaintop or the Grand Canyon, or just taking a long drive and seeing the nature around you and the clear sky and the clouds above. It can be found even in a thunderstorm. As much as I'm scared and terrified of lightning, which I'm truly am terrified of lightning, even that in itself is beautiful, especially when you're looking from above the earth down. If you're out in outer space, it just looks like fireworks just sparkling all over the world, right? Even though it's scary as hell down here. But as you begin to open yourself up, your eyes to start to see more and embrace more, you'll start to admire where you are and appreciate it and want it to taken care of. You'll look at your pets differently. If you have pets, they'll become more like your children. you know I'm gonna make a video about that too, about me losing one of my pets, so yeah, stay tuned for that. I'll talk about my whole process, grieving and all that. But yeah, you'll start to see the beauty, and you will want to surround yourself with beauty in love and light and energy, and things will become much simpler. What you would consider beautiful, like a designer handbag or some designer red bottom shoes, is nothing compared to looking out on a lake and seeing a duck or even geese walk their new babies and their little babies are trailing behind them. That's beauty. That's life. That's real. So your appreciation changes. Not saying that you shouldn't have a designer band or designer shoes. Do what you want, that's your style. But I'm just telling you that you will start to see more beauty in other things that you take for granted. And it's God will just show you. God will just show you things, to be like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is your gratitude will just skyrocket, because you will become so grateful for being able to experience, or having the ability to experience this, having the ability to experience a really good dish of food. Like, your appreciation for food will change. Like, you'll start to savor more. Your life, even though the world around you seems to be speeding up and going really fast, that you can still pick up and feel. Because I can feel like, oh my God, the days are flying. You can still be able to control time yourself and slow things down if you want. Now, you can go at the pace of the world, zooming and ripping and running, or you can hit the brakes and say, you know what? I don't want to speed through life. I'm not trying to speed to death either. Let me slow this down. Let me hit the brakes. Let me sit here and just breathe in the fresh air. Okay. Let me sit here and plant a little rose bush in the garden. Let me sit here and cook food instead of race to the drive-through and get some fast food. Um, Let me sit here and just talk with a family member, an elder in a family, and just see how they're doing, to check in or get some wisdom from them or ask them a question. You begin to realize what is really important in this world and in life and what really isn't, what really has value and what doesn't have value, what is a waste of time, right? So yeah, that is all. My rosebuds. I know my video is stupid ridiculously long, but I hope you enjoy it and I hope you watch it all. Both videos. And comment below if you have any questions. If you want me to make some more videos about being an empath, a light worker, working your magic, all that stuff, I'll be more than happy to, tell you what I know or refer you where to get that information possibly. If I know, I know. If I don't, I don't. And I will be happy to say, I don't know. I don't know. And I will be honest, like, I just don't know. But what I do know, I will be happy to share or refer you to a better resource. Okay. But I hope you all enjoyed this video of me sharing the highs and lows of being an empath and light worker and sharing my personal experience. And I look forward to showing or telling you all more. Just an update. So on my channel, my goal is to start putting out videos on Mondays at 7 p.m. where I do 7-day readings for each astrological sign. That is from what is it? Aries through Pisces. Aries to Pisces. So yeah. That is my goal, to do that, to upload those videos. So I'm going to start working on that probably tomorrow and Sunday because today's Friday. So yeah, and start uploading. And then also just putting out some more content. Whatever God drops in my spirit, I'll be happy to share. And until then, I hope you like what's to come. Take care. Bye.